Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here, and today I want to talk about friendships and one lesson that I learned about friendships a few years ago. Let's talk about this. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. If your friend is very quick to turn on you, is using one situation to immediately cut you off, to immediately give you hate in any way, that person was never your friend to begin with. You're ready for that conversation. It sounds very obvious as well, by the way, and I'm almost like confused myself. Like, why did I not understand this sooner? But I had this happen to me, and it was so incredibly bizarre. And I feel like this is the best way to describe the situation is bizarre, because I was friends with this girl, and I have always been really like I've always felt kind of strongly about my friendships, and I that like doesn't matter how often we talk, but I am like, if you are my friend, I'm gonna be good to you. That's how that goes. And I will treat you well, and I will be nice to you, and I will be kind to you, and I will tell you the truth if you want it. But I will not be like a bad person to you or a bad friend. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. Unfortunately, the same sentiment is not always extended to the other side. To me, that is, or to you, to another party, basically. So let me tell you what happened in my situation, in my story, and it honestly serves as such a perfect example of how, you know, of how some people behave. To me, the biggest mystery of why people do this to begin with. And by this, I mean like being in relationships with other people they don't like and like don't respect, don't actually want to be friends with or whatever. I just don't understand that so deeply, and it bothers me, and I'm so annoyed about this. But let's talk about this. I knew this girl, and we were not really close, but we were meeting like maybe a couple of times a year, and I liked her, and I considered her my friend. So I was always really picky with my friends, and I never have had a bunch of friends. So I was always really like, I always cherished the friendships and relationships that I had with other people. So here is one situation that changed everything, right? And once again, this relationship was great. Like, it was fine. It was not extraordinary. There was nothing particularly weird about this or anything like that. We were not particularly close, but still we were like like we were friendly, we were nice to each other, we were still meeting, we were still like talking about stuff, we were talking about life. You know what I mean? Like discussing serious life events and all those things. And here's what happened one time that crossed it all for me and made me feel extremely confused. So I was going through a really, really difficult year. Really, I had a really difficult year a few years ago, and it was really rough. Honestly, it was tough for me. Okay, I was not handling it well. I was not doing very well. I was really not doing well mentally. My mental health really declined that year. Unfortunately, I had to like Google the what can I do, like what do I do to not go crazy? There were a few people who checked on me, like once, and considering the fact that we were sort of, a little bit closer, when, than with other people who I only had like online friendship with or something, right? Or like a really casual kind of like, we like each other on Instagram kind of relationship, you know what I'm saying? She did check on me, sort of, but only once, and she never, when we actually met in real life, never asked me how I'm actually, how I'm doing, how I'm feeling, like if I need any help, if I need any support, like anything that you can just ask in a very just polite, casual way anybody. You know what I mean? You can ask those things. You can just be nice to anybody. You can just ask any person those things because it's just a polite, nice thing to do. She never did that. It was not really about me. I was somehow treated a little bit inferior in that friendship somehow. I don't really understand. That was really bizarre. That was really bizarre. My God. Um, yeah, anyways. The way that I understood that, I also like the first time that I kind of got a hint that this relationship is not fraudulent. I mean, I don't want to be dramatic about this, but it's like not very sincere, and it is also like a little bit weird, and the information is very murky. I don't know. Is after I realized that she kept telling me about her difficult relationship with her mom sometimes, like every once in a while, and like I don't have the easiest relationship with my mom, so like I get it. I was just really understanding. Didn't really go into that topic without her wanting to go there, so I was being respectful. But she did mention that she has like a difficult relationship with her mom, doesn't feel very accepted by her, all those things. And it's important. There was a moment when this was the last time we actually met, or like one of the last times, is when I met with her and her mother as well. And I thought she was cool, being completely honest with you. But there was one interesting thing. She was being very weird about the things she was asking me. She was asking me really, really inappropriate things that I'm not even going to broadcast here because I think it's also bizarre. But she was asking really, really weird, really personal, really nonsensical things that you would never ask anyone you meet for the first time or ever. It's just really, really bizarre. And I found it really peculiar because this girl, my friend, who I thought did not say a word. She did not say a word to her mom. She never said, like, Mom, what the hell are you asking? Like, this is just rude. This is so impolite. She never said anything to her. And when we were talking alone, her and I, she also never said anything about this. She never brought this up. She never said, like, I'm sorry about my mom, like, asking this weird things. She never brought it up ever at all. And listen, I don't understand what is this about me that gave her the impression that it's okay for her family, for her to treat me like this. This is really, really bizarre, and really strange. But like, okay, I'm just gonna like excuse myself and get out of this. We had a quick lunch and I left. Here's the thing. I'm not thinking about these things and about this like little drama situations all the time, especially at the time, because again, I had something much bigger to think about and worry about in my life, and that was really occupying a lot of my time and taking a lot of like space in my head. Unfortunately, this was really big, and again, she was not asking me, was not really checking on me. Like, okay, whatever, sure. Here's another thing. I don't have the best eyesight, and that was the case for the longest time. And this is an extremely relevant situation. If you don't have the best eyesight, if you are short-sighted specifically, you will understand exactly what I'm saying, because I have seen memes about this. I have heard people talk about this. This is just how it is if you are short-sighted and you do not wear contacts or glasses on the street on a regular basis. So there's a lot of like, not a lot, but like there can be some like not recognizing people, missing people, not noticing them. It is something that I used to be really worried about, specifically when I was in uni, like when I was doing my undergraduate degree, because I lived on campus, and I was really worried about missing people and them thinking that I'm rude. This is specifically something that I was kind of insecure about, because I was afraid that people will like wave at me in a street, or like they will see me and I will be sort of looking in their direction and I will not recognize them, because that actually happened to me. Not with any friends ever, because again, I feel like if they were friends, they would just come to me and they will just like approach me themselves. But generally, it happened to me. Okay. And this is the situation that happened here as well. I did not see this girl on the street. I'm pretty sure that's what happened because I did not see quite literally. So yes, I'm assuming she was quite a bit far away from me. And as far as I understand, what happened is that one day she saw me on the street and I did not see her. I don't know if she waved at me. I do not know what happened. I do not remember because I was traumatized, okay? This is not an excuse. This is just what happened. It's also on a friendship situation, not situationship, on a friendship level. It is not that deep because if you do care about me, come to me, talk to me. It's like call me, message me. It's really that easy, okay? But I did not see her as far as I remember. But that is also irrelevant because I was preoccupied with other things that I was very actively worried about. I'm not going to be talking about that much. I went home, and what happened after that is she sent me a message if I'm okay or if I like why did I ignore her or something like that. I do not remember at this point. The point is that before I did not spot the message straight away. Before I saw this message, she and the people around her, like her family who followed me, all unfollowed me before ever hearing from me. I still think this is incredibly bizarre behavior. Here's the thing, I understand doing something like this to someone you actually don't like, but what I don't understand is maintaining a relationship with that person prior to that. So if you don't like me, because this is a clear indication that you never liked me to begin with. You always maybe wanted to like use my company or something. You never really liked me that much. You never really respected me. You were never really interested in being my friend to begin with. You didn't actually care about me at all. And thanks for showing that to me, I guess. I'm really grateful because now I know the truth. But that situation, and this is like almost embarrassing for me to admit, there's nothing embarrassing about this, but this like kind of broke my heart a little bit. This was really painful because I felt like I didn't do anything. I was in so much personal pain and I felt so isolated and so alone in this. And here is somebody trying to make a problem about me not seeing you on the street. I do have a problem with that. I'm extremely disappointed. The thing is that I did explain it to her. I did apologize more than once. And I said that I absolutely did not mean to upset her or disrespect her in any way. Like, I felt really weird about this. Like, I had too much on my plate at that point. Once again, it's not an excuse. This is just what was happening, and we're all human. That things happen, okay? The big things happen sometimes. That's just what it is. And this situation was like out of my control. The thing that I was worried about. But this thing with this friendship, this is just something that like if you do something like this to me and when you give me a second to like recover, and I cried about this, I was really upset about this because I felt like I did something wrong, but I also felt like I could not, there's like nothing that I can do about this, and I did not mean to hurt the person. I did not mean to upset her or do anything bad to her at all, and I didn't do anything bad to her. And I did apologize sincerely. And I did tell her that I'm not doing well right now. She did not care about any of those things. She did eventually like start following me back. Nobody else, again, around her who unfollowed me immediately that moment followed me again. But after a while, I realized that this is such a disrespectful situation to me that I even have to beg you or like ask for your forgiveness. Forgiveness for what? I did say I'm sorry. There's only so many times I can express how sorry I am for something so minuscule and something so absolutely ridiculous. It is absolutely crazy. And you turning on me like this, is showing me everything that I need to know about this relationship and about this friendship, and I unfollowed her and I could just remove her as a follower. I cannot stand people like this, frankly. Which is, yeah, something that I don't understand. Something that I don't understand ever. Telling me some of your family gossip and then, okay. I'm asking you here, please pay attention to how your friends behave. Okay? When you're in the room and how what you hear other people talk about them talking about you or something like that. If something insignificant ever happens and it evokes a really disproportionately big reaction out of them, like they unfollow you or they start a drama, they start some kind of argument with you, or they break up the friendship, or they just start giving you hate, whether it's online or offline, or spreading rumors about you or anything like that, this person never liked you to begin with. This was never your friend. And I thought about this so many times. I talked about this to so many people that I trust and that I love, and they all told me that this is crazy. This is crazy because all of them told me the exact same thing that, like, I thought that I would do. Like, I would never react that kind of way because it's crazy. It's crazy behavior. I would always reach out to that person and ask them if they are okay, if they need any help, if there is something that I can do to help them, if they're going through something, if, I would just want to clear the air and make sure that we're good and make sure that that person is okay. Because what a bizarre thing is to always put yourself in the center of everything, to think that you are the reason for everyone else's weird behavior. I'll talk about this in a separate video on how to, like, not take everything personally. But this is crazy. So if someone is ever doing something like this to you and you think this person was your friend, this was never your friend. And bless you. You were blessed in the moment that person showed you their true colors, because now it's up to you, and the right thing for you to do is to stop being to stop being friends with that person. Because this is not okay. This person would never be there for you. They would never be in your corner. They would never say good things about you. They would never actually support you, and they would never truly, like, be there for you. Because this is weird behavior, is all I'm gonna say. I don't think it's dark. I don't think that it is, like, evil or anything like that. I think it's just bizarre, and I think it's a little bit crazy. That's my honest 2 cents about that. So please let me know what you think about this in the comments. Has this ever happened to you? Have you ever been the person who ghosted someone or did something unpleasant to the person you never liked but somehow kept relationship with them? If anything, if that ever happened to you, if you were that person, please tell me, why did you keep that relationship? Why were you in that kind of friendship to begin with? Like, for the gossip, for like a temporary good time? Like, what was that? I actually want to know. And if you were on the receiving end of this weird behavior, tell me your thoughts about this. How did you recover from this? How did you deal with this friendship with this friend? Tell me in the comments. Anyways, thank you very much, you guys, for watching this video. Please like it and subscribe to my channel. Leave me any comment to support my channel. It would mean the world to me. Thank you so much for doing that. And if you have any other topic suggestions, please leave them in the comments below as well. And I will see you in the next one.